This empire didn't fall because someone defeated it. There was no invasion, no final battle. It fell during a moment when everyone waited, and nobody was fully sure who was still in charge. In 1991, that uncertainty reached the very top. Mikhail Gorbachev was president, but control was already slipping away. So here's the real question. Why did the most powerful state on Earth collapse without a final order? No command, no official surrender, just uncertainty. By the late 1980s, the Soviet Union still looks stable, on paper. There's a huge army, nuclear weapons, state ceremonies, but inside the system, orders travel slower, and fewer people feel obligated to follow them. The structure is still standing. The connections inside it are weakening. Power in the Soviet Union is no longer located in one place. Gorbachev leads the state. The Communist Party claims authority. And in Moscow, Boris Yeltsin builds his own power base. Orders now come from different directions. Reforms are introduced to stabilize the system, not dismantle it. Controls over speech and media loosen. People don't suddenly become revolutionary. They simply stop whispering. Once reality can be openly compared to the official story, enforcing old rules becomes inconsistent. As control weakens, the empire doesn't collapse all at once. It starts leaking. In March 1990, Lithuania declares independence, led by its own parliament, not by Moscow. Moscow does not respond immediately. That silence is noticed across the Union. Inside Moscow, hardliners draw the wrong conclusion. The situation looks bad, they say, but it's still fixable. They assume the system will obey once pressure returns. At this stage, the Soviet Union functions like a group chat. Nobody clearly moderates it. Several people believe they do. Important decisions stall while everyone waits for confirmation. The Soviet system never defined what happens if leadership breaks down. There's no fallback plan, no clear procedure for uncertainty. In August 1991, a small group inside the government acts. They sideline Gorbachev, declare emergency rule, send tanks. They pause, waiting for obedience. Instead, civilians stand in front of tanks. Officials quietly distance themselves. No one wants to be responsible for starting a civil war. During that hesitation, the Soviet state stops functioning. History describes this as a failed coup. What actually failed was the assumption that control still existed. After August, events accelerate. On August 24th, Ukraine declares independence. In December 1991, Ukrainians vote. Leonid Kravchuk leads the process. More than 90% support independence. On December 8, 1991, 3 men meet in a forest in Belarus. Boris Yeltsin, Leonid Kravchuk, Stanislav Shushkevich. They declare the Soviet Union no longer exists. For 2 more weeks, the USSR exists on paper, until December 26, 1991. The Soviet parliament votes itself out of existence. So why did the USSR collapse without a final order? Political authority disappeared first. Legal structure followed later. The Soviet Union didn't end in a war. It ended in stages, not with a command, but with acceptance. Like your history short and summarized? Subscribe to Mini History with AI.